He's totally kidding. We don't condone that. Please do not steal anybody's dog.
I'm still editing your part out, Ray.
Hey everybody, I'm Ray.
And I'm Paul.
We are the Alconauts.
And today we have a special guest all the way from New Jersey. We have Joe from Beer Trivia. Joe, welcome to our show.
Hey guys, great to be here. Creator of Beer Facts Game. It's a trivia course about craft beer. I'm sure you guys will love it. I'm sure anybody listening will love it. It's a pleasure to be here. Thanks for having me, guys.
No
Awesome.
worries, no worries. So, Joe, before we get started, we're going to explain the process to you and to our audience. So basically what's going to happen is we're going to crack these babies open, pour them into our glasses, then we'll have our initial taste. We'll have an initial opinion, do a little chit-chat, find out a little bit more about this project of Joe's, and then we're going to find out if we have a second opinion on this. And before we get to the bottom of the glass, we are going to chug this baby right down the back of our throats, and we're going to find out what the final score is on this beer. And Ray, why don't you give us the tail of the tape on this?
All right, so this week we're drinking Guinness Blonde. Now, you may say, hold on a second, that's nothing new, but this one is actually brewed in Baltimore. So this is the American version of the Guinness Blonde that you may have seen in our local liquor outlets. So it's a 5% American style ale.
As always, I am thirsty, so why don't we crack these babies open and let's find out what we got in these cans.
Awesome.
St. Joe's is in a bottle, actually, so...
I got a bottle. Classing it up.
Kind of get a weedy kind of smell out of this. Let's have a sip of this. Let's find out what this is all about. Cheers, Ray. Cheers, Joe. And
Cheers.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers, guys. Cheers, all.
Okay. Ray, why don't you start us off? Initial thoughts on this baby?
Yeah, I'm surprised. It's not what I thought it was going to be. Paul mentioned off the top that it had a bit of a weedy smell. I got that as well. I'm getting an orange citrus kind of flavor right off the top of this one. Super smooth, not overly carbonated. As you can see, there's not a lot of head from that pour, and I poured it fairly aggressively, I think. So, but yeah, it's I like that.
And Joe,
Don't say it, Paul.
what are your thoughts on this guy?
Yeah, I think you're nailing it. If you haven't had this beer before, and that's right off your palate, great job. It's a crisp golden beer. It says right here on the label, citrusy with a refreshing finish. I think that's about right. The citrus is really light. The bitterness is really light. The IBU is probably low. Carbonation is medium. I love carbonation in a beer for whatever reason. I do like a better head. Like you said, the head just wasn't there. But overall, great, lighter feeling beer.
Ray also likes a bitter head, but nonetheless, I think the carbonation is kind of spot on. It's not overly carbonated. It's not undercarbonated. It's almost just in that zone that I like as the light beer drinker. It's easy going down, and like I said, it's got that hint of weediness, and as Ray mentioned, a little bit of citrus in it. So right off the hop, I'm liking this so far.
Yeah, it's easy to drink. I could easily drink 5 of them.
Oh, I could, you know what? I could definitely imagine just bringing this to a party and easily going through, a 6-pack, as Joe mentioned. And speaking of which, as we mentioned before, you have a Beer Facts Trivia game that you have on Kickstarter. Why don't you tell us a little bit more in depth about your Kickstarter and your goals?
Yes, absolutely. Search Beer Facts on Kickstarter. Beer Facts Game on Instagram. We got about 5,000 followers on there. The Kickstarter is 15% funded. It's only been up for a couple days. Please come out there and support. It's a course and a trivia game. So there's 120 questions. And then there's 42 styles of beer. And then there's about 10 cards of just general information on hops, barley, yeast, beer's gonna be a little bit. It's great. It's great beer. It went down smooth. It went down too fast, really. I'll just show you an example here. I actually have a blonde ale American card. The front, you'll have a flag up there. It'll tell you where it's from. There is a Belgian style blonde ale. We're drinking American, brewed right in Baltimore by Guinness. They went for the American style. Gives you the history of the beer, a couple examples, and it'll tell you what kind of glass. I did break out the American pint. It's a bit of a boring glass, but
I was about to say, like, I love how your cards actually have the typical glass that would go with that particular beer. And is that indicative of all the different styles of beer that you have the glass that's appropriate for it?
42 styles of beer, 7 glass styles. Each style will have that. I'll show the back here. Has the IBU rating. Has the typical color. You can see every card will have the color of the beer. That's pretty much exactly what we're drinking is that color right there. It'll have food pairings, cheese pairings, clarity, clear to slight haze. Definitely, this Guinness nails it.
Well, you know what? And you know what's really cool about that is, as I've gone to craft breweries, I've always been hesitant to go on because I didn't know so much about the beers. Even doing the show, I still don't have a clarity of what I should be drinking. And to have that kind of a card that can explain the different types of beers and what you should be looking for and what it should look like, that's awesome. Like, especially if someone wants to get into craft beer drinking, that's a big leg up. It's
flashcard form, so you can just sit there, drink a beer, read a flashcard. You're not reading a heavy book on something. And then the trivia really is addicting. I'll throw one out there for you. Is the Guinness Brewery and the Guinness World Book of Records, are they connected? A. B. Does the Guinness Brewery own the Guinness World Book of Records? Or C. They're unrelated. They're unconnected. What do you guys think?
I gotta say they're unconnected.
I was going to say totally unconnected as well.
Totally unconnected.
Yep.
The Guinness Brewery actually owns the Guinness World Book of Records.
No way.
Yeah, it's a popular name, so you think like it's just a popular name, but yeah. So there's 120 trivia questions, and I butchered that one. You guys still kind of liked it. 120 trivia questions. I swear they're pretty addicting. Sit around, have a beer, and play with the cards. They're great.
So it's like playing IQ 2000 with beer.
Yeah.
And who told you guys you wouldn't learn anything on the show?
I feel pretty inadequate right now. I mean, you threw out there, Joe, that there's 42 different styles of beer showcased in your game. We may have hit 8 to 10 on our show so far, and we're like 45 episodes in.
Yeah, some of the European ones are hard to find. Some of the older German, Belgian beers are tough to find. And that's what's kind of fun about it, too, is there's 2 examples on every card. Most of the examples, I try to pick ones that you would be able to find at your local liquor store. Yeah, and if you actually read all the cards, you'll be able to go to a liquor store and spot them.
Oh.
So it's a pretty wild game. Yeah, it will. There's way more content here than I even thought when I was writing it. It took me well over 1,000 hours between the writing, the graphic design, and the research. Easily 1,000 hours.
I'm past the band. So why don't we have a couple sips and let's see if our opinions have changed in regards to this blonde ale. Cheers, guys.
Cheers again, guys.
Cheers, everybody. Joe, why don't you start us off? Has the taste changed for you yet? Or does it seem like you're still on the same page in regards to what you were saying before?
Yeah, same page. This is almost a session beer. So I said off the bat, you could drink 6 of these too easily. 5% alcohol, a little bit right in the middle. Session beers are usually towards the 4% side. So, you get yourself in trouble if you go too quick, but they're just too easy to drink. A little, like a buttery, malty taste, and then, because it's light bitter, it's that light ale, finishing with a little bit of citrus, easy finish. It's too easy to drink. I'm on number 2.
Ray, what are you thinking?
Yeah, I agree with Joe. I really, although I am finding there's a bit of an acidy feeling in my throat, kind of almost like an apple juice sort of feeling.
What kind of apple juice are you drinking?
I don't know. It's weird. I whenever I drink apple juice, it leaves like a little bit of a flavor in the back of my throat. It's a little phlegmy. It's a little, I don't know. It's weird, but
I'm not gonna say anything.
With so little carbonation in here, this stuff could be dangerous because it's so easy to drink quickly.
Just to jump off the beaten path for just a little bit, I'm gonna ask you guys a question. If this beer was a Spice Girl, which one would she be?
Look, it's an Irish beer, and I'm a sucker for redheads. It's ginger spice all the way.
Nice. Ray.
That's so funny, Joe, because that's exactly what I was thinking. It's exactly what I was thinking.
I just don't think Ray knows any of the Spice Girls.
Sporty Spice, Scary Spice, Ginger Spice.
Oh! He knows all of them!
Hold on a second. Sporty, Ginger, Scary, Baby Spice, and Posh Spice.
Oh!
I am mistaken.
I don't know if you should be proud or...
I gotta say, if I was gonna pick a Spice Girl to match this beer, it's gotta be Posh. I've got a rich taste in it, and it makes me feel classy because it's a Guinness. But you know what, Spice Girls, if you want to be on our show, call us.
Ginger, if you're single, call me.
Why don't you tell us if people are interested in helping you out with this Kickstarter? How can they contribute, and what do they get? What are the different stretch goals you guys got going on?
Sure, absolutely. So Kickstarter.com, search Beer Facts. I'm sure we'll find a link somewhere. You'll see my video. You'll see all the cards. Beautiful game, beautiful writing, tons of content. The starting rate is $29 for a deck. It's 80 cards, the size of tarot cards. Luxury box, really well designed. 80 cards, 160 unique sides. Starts at $29. If you're in the USA, it's $5 shipping. If you're outside the US, $10 shipping. Honestly, I've been getting a lot of pledges in like the $50 range. I think they like the story. I think they see the quality. Easily over 1,000 hours, and that's just in the content creation, not finding the distributor, whatnot. The way Kickstarter works is most of the projects aren't necessarily built yet. My project's finished. I have the demo deck. It's printed. I've got pictures of it up. If this gets funded, it goes right to the printer. It comes right to you. I'm going to try to have it to you by Christmas.
And it would make an awesome Christmas gift. So absolutely. We'll put all the links down below, as well as across our screen, wherever applicable. So that is fantastic. I'm going to say right now, I'm at that point where I'm ready for the chug. So, Ray, why don't you give us the rules of our chug?
All right, so our viewers know how this goes down, but Joe, just for you, I'm going to count us down from 3. When I say go, we're going to throw these bad boys back. First one to finish the beer, glass back to the table, wins the chug. Now, just so you know, the only time Paul's beat me is when we've had drinks with ice in them. So...
That's not true. I did beat you once.
Oh, that's true. That's true. You did get me.
Okay, I gotta warn you guys. I am a master chugger. And my beer's not tall, so I'm coming for you guys.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, Jeebus.
This is great. Great time, guys.
Oh my god.
Joe definitely killed me. I was throwing that back, and I heard Joe's glass back to the table. I was like, damn it.
Mine wasn't tall, but if you guys ever have me back, I'll chug a full one and I'll show you. I'm pretty quick.
Oh, geez. I couldn't compete with that for sure. So, let's go with final opinions, final scores. Let's start with Ray. What do you got for us?
Yeah, my opinion hasn't changed at all. Super smooth beer, easy to drink. I personally would like a little more carbonation in there. I think it would really crisp up the flavor of this beer. Final score, I'm going to have to give this one a 4.5. I would definitely drink it again, buy it again, stock it. So,
wow. Joe, final opinion and final score out of 5.
Out of 5, definitely a 4, at least a 4. And that's high for me. I'm not too generous with the grades. Ask any, yeah. The tough part, this beer is great. I would absolutely buy it again. It feels like a session beer, and it feels it's going to sneak up on me because I know it's 5%. It's too easy to drink. The one thing I'll say about it is I run a beer Instagram, so I do need a beer with a foamy head. It's just, it makes for a better picture. It's the only bad thing I could say about it.
Okay. All I can say is, if only you could imagine what 2 can do with this beer. I imagine I would definitely buy this again. I imagine I will definitely share this with friends. I'm going to give this a 4 out of 5. It was easy going down, not too much of a bite in terms of the carbonation, but just enough so it's not too flat. So that is our final scores on Guinness Blonde Ale. So I think they did a fantastic job. Joe, we want to thank you for being on our show. So we want to give you the last little bit of our show to tell our audience about your Kickstarter once again and how they can contribute to this project. Joe, you've got the floor.
Hey, thanks for the floor. I'm sure the link will be below in the description. Kickstarter, $29 plus $5 shipping for US, $10 shipping for outside the US. It's a great game, 80 cards, 100 unique sides, 42 styles of beer, about 10 instructional cards with 20 sides, and 120 trivia questions spread over 30 cards. The trivia questions, I've tried them out with many people, so addicting. If you're a beer guy, if you're a beer gal, you're gonna love this card set. Come find me on Kickstarter. Help me out. This was my quarantine project. I'd love to see it get funded on Kickstarter. Hey guys, thanks for having me.
No problems. Thank you for being on our show. And you know what? Listen, if you are a beer lover, you know a beer lover, if you're a pub owner, a bar owner, what a great game to have at your facility or just spending some time with your friends who are also beer lovers. And if you don't contribute to this Kickstarter, we will steal your dog. I'm not kidding.
He's totally kidding. We don't condone that. Please do not steal anybody's dog.
I'm still editing your part out, right? But anyways, with that being said, I'm Paul.
And I'm Ray.
And this is Joe.
Cheers all.
Hey, I'm Joe. Thanks for having me.
And we are the Alconauts.